Hello everyone and welcome to another installment of Slammin Synapses right here on Facebook and YouTube. This segment will be submitted for possible inclusion to the PW Insider family of websites. That's pwinsider.com, pwinsiderelite.com, and pwinsiderextra.com. Like I said many times, the Elite site's a great site to go to. Lots of great audio, lots of great video. You won't be disappointed. Check it out. I'm coming to you from on the road today because time schedule being at home is going to be a little bit constrained, so not going to see any graphics. So if graphics is one of the main reasons you come, sorry to disappoint you, but not happening here today. The topic that I'm going to go on today, I had a topic that I was going to go over, but throwing that out for another time. But looking at the Barry Windham situation as it stands right now, as you may be aware from visiting PW Insider, Barry Windham had a heart attack and was put in the hospital for a bit in ICU for observation. So, but the thing that made me think about what this week's topic is you look at Barry Windham and you wonder how many people actually know who Barry Windham is, or better yet, how many wrestlers that have come and gone, if people really know who they are. Now myself, I recently subscribed once again to Classics on Demand. Wasn't able to do so, but now I am. And I was watching Worldwide, I was watching Mid-Atlantic, was watching quite a few of the old footage on there. And myself, it took me back, and this has been mentioned by other people, but it's just amazing on how things that took place in the 80s are so vivid in my head as opposed to things from more recent stuff from 2000, 2005, 2008, etc., etc. It just seems like that time frame was much more memorable in terms of storyline, in terms of believability. It's just amazing. But to look at most of the people that were on it and wondering why don't they carry, it's like they have a channel designed for history, and why they don't utilize that history for current time frame so that people are aware of the people that brought the industry to where it's at. I mean, granted, you see the signature at the beginning of each show on WWE, for instance, that shows you people like Gorgeous George and Andre the Giant, Randy Savage, things of that nature, but it just seems like most of the time they try to eradicate history that has shaped the business to the point to where, like, for instance, when they brought Kevin Nash back, most people were like, Kevin who? Isn't he that old guy that was in TNA that couldn't move worth a lick? I mean, those are people that probably didn't know about his days of the NWO, of being Diesel, of being Oz, although most people forget about Oz. But it's just, I would like to see more reverence towards the people that brought this industry to where it's at, like a Barry Windham, like a Paul Jones, like an Oliver Humperdinck, like Bam Bam Bigelow. I know Bigelow's a bit recent, but there's just so many people out there that have shaped this business and has made it what it is today that they don't seem to get the attention that they deserve. I mean, I could sit here for a good hour, bring up names, bring up their importance to the wrestling business. Spend another hour or two going on stories, and that's just for like 5 or 6 guys, but this is an industry that's steeped in a bunch of guys getting together, trusting each other enough to put on a show to entertain people. I mean, you look at TV, for instance, you hear people talk about people like Bob Hope or Lucille Ball or George Burns, or things of that nature. Google it if you don't know these names. I'm disappointed if you don't know who these are. But there's a reverence that's put out towards them that I really wish pertained to people in wrestling. It seems like nowadays people just know the most current. But I'm not sure that most people are aware of the old school. So that's just my 2 cents worth. Like I said, I could go on forever and a day dropping names. dropping people, dropping storylines, dropping federations. Wahoo McDaniel, Jack and Jerry Briscoe, Harley Race, Bad Leroy Brown, Devon Eriks, of course, Al Perez. Like I said, I go on forever and a day. But yeah, I would just love to see more reverence towards the people that, like I said, brought this industry to where it's at. Tell me what you think. If you want to drop me a line, feel free to do so. You could drop me a line at agourier@yahoo.com. If you're viewing me through YouTube, you'll see a comment box as well. You could drop that as well. If you're viewing me through Facebook, you could check me out in there at Albert Gourier, ALBERT. GOURRIER. You can check my previous segments for type version of that. So, next week, we're going to go into an invasion storyline. Nothing current, but I think one of the best invasion storylines that I've thought that's ever been done to date. So until then, this is Albert Gourier saying see you from ringside. Have a good day. Take it easy out there.